Alright, gather round, story lovers, because you think you know the tale of the three little pigs, but you have no idea. Forget the bedtime story. This is the real, untold, absolutely bonkers saga. So we have our three piglet brothers, Percy, the practical one, always with a blueprint and a level. Then there's Porky, the foodie, whose main concern was whether his house would have a big enough pantry for his truffle collection. And finally, Petunia, oh no, Peter the artist, who believed a house should be an interpretive dance of form and function. They just graduated from Swinford University and were ready to make their mark on the world. Their mom, bless her heart, gave them each a small loan of 1,000,000 acorns and sent them on their way. Percy, ever the sensible one, immediately started building his house of bricks. Solid, sturdy, valve-proof, boring, but safe. Porky, distracted by a local farmer's market, slapped together a house of sticks. It was more of a glorified shed, really, but it had a great cross breeze for air-drying his prosciutto. Peter, meanwhile, built his house of straw because, and I quote, it captured the fleeting, golden essence of the morning sun. It looked like a hay fever nightmare. Enter the villain of our story, the big bad Wolf. But this wasn't just any Wolf. This was Bartholomew Barry Wolf, a disgraced architect with a vendetta against shoddy construction. He didn't want to eat the pigs. He wanted to give them a scathing review of their building code violations. He gets to Peter's straw house, huff, puff gone, not even a puff, more like a slight asthmatic wheeze. And the whole thing collapsed. Peter shrieked, "My art," and scampered off to Porky's place. Barry arrives at the stick house. "This is an absolute disgrace to woodworking," he roars. He gives it a solid, disappointed kick, and the entire structure folds like a cheap deck chair. Porky grabs his prized salami, and they both bolt for Percy's brick house. Now, they're all huddled inside Percy's fortress. Barry is outside, fuming. This is structurally unsound. He yells, though he knows it's a lie. The brickwork is impeccable. He huffs, he puffs, he nearly gives himself a hernia. The house doesn't budge. Defeated, Barry slumps against the wall. And this is where our story takes a turn you never saw coming. Suddenly, waddling over the hill is a penguin. Yes, a penguin. His name is Pip. He's an exchange student from Antarctica, completely lost and wearing a tiny, adorable scarf. He sees the commotion and waddles over. "Excuse me," Pip says in a polite, squeaky voice. "Is there a problem here?" Everyone freezes. A penguin in the middle of the forest. Barry the Wolf is flabbergasted. "Where did you come from?" "I took a wrong turn at Greenland," Pip explains cheerfully. "I'm looking for the nearest sushi bar." Say, "That's a lovely brick house." Very energy efficient, I imagine. Percy, peering out the window, is intrigued. Why, yes, it is. Triple glazed windows, reinforced foundations. And just like that, the tension breaks. Barry forgets all about huffing and puffing. He's fascinated by Pip. Porky wants to know if penguins like bacon-wrapped scallops. Peter wants to sketch Pip's monochromatic elegance. So what happened? Barry the Wolf, inspired by Pip's journey and Percy's solid craftsmanship, gave up his crusade against bad housing and opened a successful architectural firm with Percy. Their motto, no huff, no puff, just quality stuff. Porky opened a gourmet deli, with Pip as his official taste tester for the new seafood menu. And Peter, he found his true calling, creating abstract ice sculptures, a craft he learned from Pip. They became the most unlikely, most wonderful group of friends the forest had ever seen. The moral of the story: sometimes the thing that will save you from the big bad Wolf isn't a house of bricks, but a lost penguin with a good attitude. And maybe, just maybe, the big bad Wolf wasn't so bad after all, just misunderstood. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this twisted tale, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more stories. See ya next time.